Everyone, so today's video is going to be a get ready with me, and as you can see by my face, I'm looking a little bit worse for wear. I had a really late night last night, and for some reason that I won't go into, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I've had a very crappy night, to be honest, and I want some makeup to just make me look a little bit fresher, a little bit prettier, and make me not look like this basically. So to start off with, as a kind of primer type of product, I'm going to use this one by Clarins, and it's their new Instant Light Radiance Boosting Complexion Base. This is in the shade 04 Apricot, and this just helps to kind of balance everything out and just give your skin a little bit more of a healthy appearance. You could use this on its own if you've got really nice skin, but for me it's definitely not enough on its own. I'm just looking in the mirror I've got here, but I just rub it between my hands. It's got a slight tint to it, and then just pop it all over my face. You know by now I don't go in with too many products on my forehead because it just breaks me out and I don't like it. So I'm just going to have this as my kind of awakening glowy base, and you can see already it does really help to kind of make everything look a little bit more perky. Then I need to kind of pull my products a little bit closer to me. I didn't think this through very well, did I? I'm not with it this morning at all. I'm really tired. But I'm going to use this foundation, and I've been using this a lot lately and I love it. I'll do a full review of it if you want me to. And it's the Maybelline Dream Flawless Nude, and every time I've been posting a picture on Instagram, people have been saying how beautiful it looks. So I'm going to use this now. I've got it in the shade Nude. It's very liquid, so you need to give it a good shake. And it comes with this funny little kind of applicator type of thing, which I just use to kind of brush onto my face. I've got a totally clean face and it's only me using it, so I'm not worried about how hygienic it is or isn't. But it's a really nice tone, this foundation, on me. I find it's very yellow, and that's what I like in a foundation. Pink foundations just really don't suit me. And I'm going to use the Sigma F80. This is like really old school YouTube, this brush, I feel, to just blend it in, but it really is one of those foundations that blends themselves in kind of thing. I think even if you used hands with this, it works lovely. It's just a very lightweight, very pretty foundation, and I often find when you're very tired and your skin's looking quite tired, using something heavy coverage would be your kind of initial reaction, because you think, I need something to make me look better. But actually what happens in reality is that the heavier the coverage, the more tired the skin looks, and you're better off giving your skin a little bit more room to breathe and a little bit less coverage, and your skin will actually look better for it. So just that, and then I might just take a little bit more on my problem areas. But the areas I like more coverage. You can see, I mean, it's not a massive amount of coverage that this provides. It doesn't cover my pigmentation, although nothing does, and it just kind of evens things out, and it's a very prettifying foundation. And when I went away, I actually got quite freckly on my nose, and I really like that, so I'm trying not to cover that up too much, not to use too much on my nose area, because I actually really like how it looks. But I like to just spend some time blending everything in like this. Then what I would normally do is only use one concealer, but because I'm a little bit tired today, I'm going to use two. I'm going to use a little bit of the Clarins Instant Concealer. This is in the shade 2. Just a really small amount of this, because it really does go a long way, and I find that I kind of get carried away with how much I need. So I'm just going to dot a little bit here and a little bit here, and just with my finger kind of work it in. It's really lovely, this concealer. I know everyone talks about it, but that is because it's very nice. And to be honest, I've been using so many Clarins products lately because I've yet to use something from them that I haven't liked. I just think the quality of the products and the performance from them is just so good, and they just really work well. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline the Eraser Eye in Nude as well. I have actually been liking this a bit more than when I first got it. But I like to kind of draw a little bit of a triangle, take it inwards, take it sort of all over. And then with my Real Techniques complexion sponge, just blend that in. And this again is one of those products that just blends themselves in, really. You don't need to kind of do much to it. I don't think it has much coverage, but because I haven't needed as much lately, that's been okay. I just feel like today is a day for a little bit more coverage under the eye. So just blend that in really, really quickly. This is amazing. If you haven't got one of these, you need one in your life. They're that good. Then for highlighter, again, this is Clarins. Not being sponsored by Clarins, I just really like everything that they do. And this is the Instant Light Brush on Perfector. I know a lot of people don't like this because it's got shimmer in, but I like it for a highlighter. So I put some under my brow bone. I find this makes such a difference on my brows as well. If I don't have any highlighter on underneath, I really, really notice a difference. So I really like doing this. A little bit under there, and my Cupid's bow. And then I like to just take the complexion brush and just kind of dab it everywhere, just to make sure that everything's totally blended. I'm obsessed with having my makeup really, really well blended. It really, really matters to me. And then to cover my pigmentation a little bit further, I have got this kind of foundation stick. This is actually from Primark. And I really like this, and I just take a little bit onto my problem areas. Again, I don't put foundation on my forehead because it breaks me out. I know that annoys a lot of people. I know people always ask in these videos, but that is just the situation. And then with this, just tap it in to blend it and help disguise them a little bit. And that's what's lovely about this Maybelline foundation. You know, you can use it even if your skin isn't perfect, which mine definitely isn't, and you can just kind of even everything out. I think it works really nicely. Then for blusher, I'm going to use a cream blusher, so I'm going to do that now before I powder, whereas normally it would be the other way round. I haven't actually got a brush to do this with, so I'm going to just do it with my hands. I've left the brush I was intending on using over there, but just on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm using this one, which I think was from the collection that One Direction did for MUA. It's in the shade Rose Riot. It's just one of their cheek tints, just because I think it's really pretty. And I definitely think that when your skin is looking tired, cream blusher is a godsend. Just makes everyone look prettier. Just blending that out a little. A little bit more here. If you do this before you powder, it just works a little bit nicer. So there we go with that. And then for powder, I'm using the Bourjois Healthy Balance powder, which I've started using with a different brush, and I'm liking it a little bit better. Looks like this, and I've got it in the shade 52 Vanilla. I'm using just a Duo Fibre brush. This is from Nanji. So just concentrating most of it on my T-zone area, because that's where I get the most oily, and then whatever's left I just take everywhere else. Then bronzer. I have been using this little kit from Barry M, and to be fair, I'm not 100% sure what I think of it yet. I don't think it's spectacular, but it's nice enough. And it's the Barry M Flawless Chisel Cheek Contour Kit. I mean, for the price it's okay. It's just the quality of them is a little bit powderier than I would like. I'm going to use this middle shade here to bronze with. And I find the thingy is a little, I mean, like, look how powdery that is. Then tap off any excess and just kind of do the 3 motion on my face. I love this brush for bronzer. It's from Crown Brushes, but it sheds in such an irritating sort of way. And then just a little bit on my nose, chin, just to connect the bronzy type of look. I like to take it on my double chin as well. Then for contour, I'm going to use the darker shade here. This is a really good shade for contour because it has got a little bit of a greyness to it, which I like. But again, slightly powderier than I would like. And then I like to just kind of place it in the hollow of my cheek. So and I like to take it slightly higher up than my hollow as well. I feel like that looks very flattering, and then a little bit on my jawline as well. So a little bit more. And there we go. Then for brows, I've been using a slightly unusual way of doing it for me, and I've been actually using a pencil, which is really unusual if you've watched my videos for a while, because I don't usually like brow pencils. But this is from Eye of Hours, and it's the Dynasty Brow Define in medium brown. This is really lovely. It's got quite a dry texture, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I do find it to work really nicely on me, and I'll show you now. And it also comes with a little kind of brow spoolie on the end. So I like to just brush my brows into place. That was my door just went in post, obviously. So I'll just brush them to how I like them, and they've gotten quite full lately, which I like. I've kind of grown them in a little bit. And then the problem I've been having with this is because it's so dry, it kind of snapped, which is annoying, but I do still really like it. And then just towards the middle of the brow and the outer part, just fill in very gently what's there, just to make it look a little bit more defined. So I really like it for this, just to kind of give that a little bit of shape back. And then I always go back in with a spoolie and just brush it through, because I feel like it just gives a more natural finish. And then I'm going to use this Brow Drama thingy from Maybelline. It's their Brow Drama in dark brown. I'm using a lot of Clarins and a lot of Maybelline in this video, aren't I? Just what I've been using lately. And then just brush this through my brows just to set them in place and just add a little bit more drama. And I know a lot of people like to have like a softer brow for day and then a darker one for night. I have the same brow all the time, just because I think my brows are kind of fairly full and defined anyway, but I don't like them to look really overdone, so it's kind of, I just like them one way. Then for my eyes, I'm going to use a little bit of primer. This is the Clarins Base Eclat, which I must admit I don't love this, but most things crease on my eyes, so I don't really blame it. But you need to use a really small amount, and I think that's what kind of causes the creasing, is I'm always a little bit heavy-handed. But just all over the lid to try and keep my shadow in place a little bit longer. So just blend that out. And then I'm going to use these two shadows from Essence, and I bought these for an upcoming video and I really like them. It's this little duo in Irresistible Caramel Cream. It looks like this, and they're really pretty, but you can't use a brush with them. They don't work as nicely with a brush. So I just take a little bit of my finger like this with the shimmery shade. I mean, you can see the colour payoff. And then just take that all over my lid and just blend it in, which is really unusual for powder shadows, but I think because they're baked and the kind of shape of them, this just works so much better than using a brush. The colour payoff you get with a brush is nowhere near as nice as what you get with your fingers, so go with it. You know, you don't always have to use it in the way it's instructed. I do like to have a blending brush for my crease though, and I'm just going to take the slightly darker shade and use that just above my crease area. And then just blend that out. This is a Crown Brushes blending brush. I don't love this one as much as the Zoeva one, actually, because it's a little bit stiffer, a little bit scratchier. I like to really blend it. I don't like a really heavy eye look when it's sort of spring, summertime, because I feel like it just looks a little bit overdone, but this is still giving you the definition that you would need. So there we go. And something that I always do, this might be weird, is I like to look at my makeup from an upper angle. So I hold the mirror higher up and look, and I find that that just gives me kind of a nicer view of what's going on. So I'm pretty happy with that. Then I'm just going to do a little bit of defining of the top lash line. I'm using this pencil by Pixie, and it's just this bronzy colour. It's the Endless Silky Eye Pen in Bronze Beam. And I'm just going to scribble a little line on my top lash line and then just blend it in with my finger, just to create a little bit of definition and thickening at the lash line, but not too much. I really, because I've been wearing eyeliner a lot in the winter, I kind of miss what my eyes look like with eyeliner, but I also find that it's a nicer, kind of fresher look to not wear eyeliner. So I'm trying to work on that. Then to brighten up my inner waterline, I'm using this from Pixie as well, and it's their Eye Bright Liner. And this is really nice. It's just a kind of nude eyeliner. It's not any nicer, I have to say, than like the Rimmel Scandalised one, but I like it and it works nicely. So I'm just going to pop this in here. There we go. That's enough. Ooh, I've made my eyes go funny. It's hard doing your lower lash line on camera. And then I'm going to go in with mascara, and I don't normally show you how I do mascara, but I thought I would in this video. I'm using the Avon Super Shock Mascara, which I do really like, but I find it works better, this mascara, for some reason, if I don't curl my lashes before using it. It's just got one of those small kind of brushes. And it is a very, very lengthening mascara. It's one that kind of, on a good lash day, really, really does give you kind of a full set of lashes type of thing. But it's not the best for wearing time. It smudges a little bit on me sometimes, but I tend to have that problem with mascaras. Although lately my skin's not been very oily, so it's not been too bad. Third coat. I'm putting super attractive faces while I'm doing this, I'm sure. Oh, and I've just got it all over my finger. It's really hard when you're kind of filming yourself doing makeup because you're not used to having the angles that you would normally have. But yeah, that's kind of okay for me, I think. There we go. And on this eye, I've got better lashes as well, which is really annoying. So it's fun to have to use less mascara on this eye. Otherwise they don't look even. And my eyes aren't the same in their size anyway. This one's bigger than the other one. I don't know if it's really boring that I'm showing you this bit, but I normally always skip this, but I thought for a little bit of a change. A little bit more on that eye. It's quite a nice daytime mascara though, and I don't know why it's like Super Shock. It's not a particularly dramatic mascara, I don't think. And then for my lower lashes, I know this is being really spoilt. It's another Clarins product, but I have been using the Clarins, what's this called? I think it's like Instant Length or something like that, but it looks like this. And just because the shape of the brush on this is really nice for your lower lashes, it's really small and it doesn't smudge. So yeah, I've just been using this because I don't really like it for my top lashes. So I've been trying to use it up, and I don't like too much on my bottom lashes anyway. But there we go. Mascara is just life-changing, isn't it? Then what shall I do? Then I'm going to go in with lips, and I'm going to use this combo. I like using a gloss when I'm a bit tired because I feel like it brings the life back to my face. But I'm going to use the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Colour Lip Liner in East End Snob, because I bought this recently and I've kind of worn it a couple of times, but I haven't had a full play with it. I do think that the applicator is a little bit odd, but so I'm just going to line my lips. And then fill in the entire lip area. And then I'm going to go in with this Tanya Burr gloss, which I picked up recently as well. It's in the colour Aurora. Looks like this, just because I've always wanted to try one of them. I'm not massively impressed by it, but then I'm not a massive lip gloss fan, and I don't like the smell. I think the smell's a bit off-putting, but it's nice enough. My favourite are the NYX ones. They're my favourite lip glosses. I like the Revlon ones as well, actually. So that is that for the lips. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glow on my face using this palette, which I hauled recently. It's the Makeup Revolution Radiance palette. And these are what the shades in here look